What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new and extremely limited Adidas Glitch 2.0 outer skin in the Worldskin England colorway. And from this angle, it just looks like a white boot with a red stripe. From this angle, it's kind of something. And then on this angle, it's mostly red with 3 Adidas stripes. It's not until you put the two boots together that it all starts to make sense. Did I mention that there are only 100 pairs of these in the world? Well, there are. So what we're gonna do in today's video is take a closer look at this very exclusive Adidas Glitch 2.0 outer skin, which, believe it or not, is quite a bit different than the Worldskin colorway that I did a review on just a couple of days ago. If you missed that video, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen. It essentially covers everything there is to know about the Glitch 2.0. But in this video, we'll take a closer look at these as well as how they fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around. If you guys do end up enjoying the video, don't forget to support it with a like. And if you're new here watching for the first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. Let's start by going over cost and availability, because I know a lot of people watching this video probably didn't even know that these existed, and that's because you probably aren't able to buy them based on where you live. In order to buy the Adidas Glitch 2.0, even the original Glitch, nothing has really changed here, is that you have to buy it through the Adidas Glitch app, which of course is available on Android as well as on iPhone. And with that app, you can go and purchase the Adidas Glitch if you live in one of 3 places, those places being England, Germany, or France. Anywhere outside of those places, you cannot order the Adidas Glitch. They will not ship them to you. They will not accept your order. It just doesn't work. So if you are outside of those 3 countries and you want the Adidas Glitch, you're gonna have to go on eBay and buy them from somebody reselling them, which is not really an ideal situation, but it is what it is. So let's say that you do live in France, England, or Germany. How much does the Glitch cost, specifically this outer skin? Well, if you wanna buy the Adidas Glitch for the first time, you can't just buy an outer skin and an inner shoe, which are the 2 components that make up one whole boot. You have to buy a starter pack, which includes 2 outer skins and 1 inner shoe, which is gonna run you 250 pounds. Converted to US dollars, it's about 330 bucks. So it's relatively expensive to start. But once you've purchased that starter pack, you can now purchase individual outer skins and individual inner shoes if you please. This particular outer skin, again, limited to 100 pairs worldwide. No premium on the price because of the colorway though, is 999 pounds. The equivalent right now of about 132 US dollars, which is not cheap, but it's a whole heck of a lot cheaper than buying an entirely brand new pair of top-end boots, where basically with the Glitch system, you keep your inner shoe and you more or less replace the outer skins, which if anything is going to break, it is the outer skin. So for 130 bucks, rather than $200 to $300 for a new replacement, is actually kind of a cool concept. If you're wondering what you get if you only buy a single outer skin, you basically just get the box, which is kind of a weird box. The shoes aren't in there right now. You can see it's plastic, translucent, and it has the Glitch branding right there. It's also very sharp, so be careful when opening these. Whereas if you buy the starter pack, you'll get a box for the 2 outer skins, the 1 inner shoe, as well as a Glitch branded string bag. No string bag if you just buy an outer skin. So for those that don't know, the Glitch system essentially has every element you would typically find in a pair of boots, but broken up into 2 individual interchangeable pieces, the inner shoe and the outer skin. The inner shoe makes up the liner, the laceless structure and lockdown system, a heel counter, a sole plate, these pegs being a locking mechanism. You're also gonna find rubber there for the sake of preventing this from slipping inside of the shoe once it is locked in place. You're also gonna find that it does have a heel liner as well as an insole, where the outer skin makes up the entire upper, pretty clear to see, and the stud pattern. I know this looks like it would be part of the sole plate, but there is no structure to this midfoot at all. There's a little bit of added rigidity to the forefoot, but for the most part, the upper and the stud pattern is the purpose of the outer skins. Put the 2 pieces together and you end up with one whole boot. You can see they go together relatively easily, slides right in, all of those little pegs go into their correct spot, and everything is locked in place. You end up with a pair of laceless boots where you absolutely must have the 2 elements together in order for this to work. You cannot wear the inner shoe on its own. You cannot wear the outer skin on its own. You need the two pieces in order for these to function as football boots. As for this particular outer skin, you will find that within all the different Glitch outer skin colorways, not only does the colorway vary, but also the materials and finish on the upper vary quite a bit. Now this features pretty much the same synthetic as the Worldskin that I did a review of on this channel not too long ago, but the finish on the surface is entirely different. I know up close this is going to look like actual leather. It's not. It's full synthetic with an artificial leather grain finish. We've seen this from Adidas as well as many other brands before. Nothing too crazy, but as far as grip on the ball is concerned, this definitely has more of a grippy sensation to it versus that Worldskin colorway that was a lot more slippery, not necessarily in a bad way, but again, depending on the colorway that you go for, two very, very different finishes. You're also going to find that in all the red areas, it has extra detailing on top just for the sake of giving the shoe a little bit of texture, and it's a slightly grippy feel as well. So you're going to have more grip in the areas with the red rather than the areas with the white. And then of course, when you have the two shoes together, it does of course make up the England flag, which I think is a very, very cool concept. They also did a flag for France and Germany that I didn't see available within the Glitch app, so I'm not sure if those already sold out. As far as I could tell, while these are limited to only 100 pairs worldwide, these ones are actually still available as I'm making this video. Once this video goes up, I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. Then you're going to find the Glitch branding right here in silver, as well as the Adidas stripes there on the medial side. So I would say for the most part, they kept their branding to a minimum. And on the back, you're going to find the little pull tab here where it does say Worldskin still. The Worldskin was technically the entire colorway pack released for the 2018 World Cup, this being England specific. Then you'll also notice that it does say 1 of 100. They're not individually numbered, which is unfortunate. All Adidas has said is that there's 100 pairs worldwide. They all say 1 out of 100 though. So there's no way to tell if you have the 97th pair out of 100 or the second pair out of 100. They're all labeled 1 out of 100. And then everything else is pretty straightforward. The base of the shoe, the base of the boots is also a little bit different than that other Worldskin colorway that I showed you, in that this does actually have a wearable sole plate finish. And I know I said that this technically isn't a sole plate because it isn't, but you still have plastic for the studs themselves to connect to this outer skin. And that plastic is where you're going to find the wearable finish. I don't think that the white would actually wear away, but the red through the middle you can definitely feel is painted on, and that would be the wearable element. And it's kind of weird that the cross does kind of continue along the bottom right here, but it doesn't have the full cross along the top like you'll find there. So I'm not sure why they made that particular design choice. I also think it's kind of weird looking that the red extends further than it needs to at the back rather than the front, where it kind of all lines up with what's happening on the upper, but that's how they decided to do it. And again, I think the end result is still something that looks very, very cool. But let me know what you guys think of this down below in the comments. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Why or why not? Now there is so much more to cover when it comes to tech specs with the Glitch 2.0 system, but I don't want to go over all of them in this video again. I already did that just a couple days ago in my initial review of the Glitch 2.0. So if you want to learn all the tech specs and details that you should know if you were planning on picking these up, the major pros and the major cons as well, click that little eye in the corner of the screen. You'll find the pop-up to that initial review. Go ahead and check it out if you're looking to learn more. If you watched my initial Glitch 2.0 review, you know that I mentioned that these are supposed to be easier to put on than the original Glitch 1.0, which is definitely the case, although they're still the most difficult laceless boots to put on out of the entire Adidas lineup right now. You can do it two ways. You can pull the inner shoe out and just slide them in with your foot already in the inner shoe. I find that to be way more difficult. I put the shoe together entirely, and I kind of just use my normal method for putting on laceless boots. I like to hold the front part with one hand, the back part with my other hand, and then also use the lace loop with my index finger, hold back the back of the heel area with my thumb, kind of slide my foot in sideways like this, get it in right there, and then use my thumb almost as a shoehorn to support the back of the shoe so I'm not crushing the heel counter, keeping my thumbs over here on the front to pull that opening bigger, and then just kind of slide my foot in very slowly, adjust around the edges, and that's pretty much it. On feet, the Glitch 2.0 feels pretty good out of the box, although again, out of all the laceless boots from Adidas right now, I would say that they probably have the least comfortable fit. They have a little bit of a stiffness to them, and the fit in the heel is more shallow than I would like it to be. Not to the point where it's detrimental to the fit, where your heel is sliding around. I just don't think that they fit quite as well as the other laceless boots on offer from the brand right now. Width-wise and the overall comfort of the shoe, I would say is pretty decent, although you definitely will find that It will vary from person to person depending on the shape of your foot. Because of the laceless system, you just don't have adjustability, so not every laceless boot will work for your specific foot type. It's one of those things that you kind of have to try on, but since you can't try on the Adidas Glitch, you have to order them from an app and basically get them online. It's really difficult to say whether or not these will fit you properly. It definitely does have a look kind of like the X17 Plus Pure Speed, because it is kind of just a deconstructed variation of that, but the fit is definitely not quite as tight overall. It has more volume to it. It's a little bit wider through the forefoot and toe box area, but it still does fit quite nice. At least I personally don't have too many issues with the way that they fit me specifically. So width-wise, I would say as long as you don't have super wide feet, these should fit you quite comfortably, although they definitely do have more snugness through the midfoot area as far as width is concerned versus some of the other laceless boots from Adidas right now. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in a 9.5 US. My feet are about a 9.25, and the fit and length is pretty much perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. So in conclusion, I have to say that I really like the way that these look. I think Adidas as a whole has done an excellent job with their marketing around the Glitch, as well as the colorway releases that they've had for the Glitch 1.0 and Glitch 2.0 up until this point, and I'm sure they're going to continue on that path. However, the product as a whole, in regards to how it fits, feels, and performs, because ultimately that is what's most important to me when it comes to any football boot, I just don't think that these are on par with most other top-end models out there. They get a pass, they definitely perform the part, but the touch on the ball, being that I think most people would kind of consider this to be a speed boot, isn't particularly premium in comparison to other options out there. And then when you're talking about the weight for this style of shoe especially, weighing as much as an Adidas Copa Mundial in 2018 for something that I think a lot of people view as a lightweight speed boot that isn't light, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So while I think this is a very wearable product, while I think they're very cool looking, I just don't think that from a performance standpoint, it's the best investment. Anyways, guys, that is it for my review. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. As always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them down below in the comments of this video, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.